everyone. Did you make a snack? You should probably make a snack. It's gonna be a long day. Hey everyone, Sister Michelle here from SisterDIY.com. I am so excited to be sharing with you a recipe that I have been making every fall for more than 10 years. Iced pumpkin cookies. This is the last sugar pumpkin in my pantry, and even though I just made these cookies 2 weeks ago, I'm going to be making them again today to share with you. Let's get started. The first thing that you need to do is roast your pumpkin. Of course, you could use canned pumpkin in this recipe, but I'm Sister Michelle with SisterDIY.com, and we're going to be doing it ourselves. So the first thing you need to do is cut your pumpkin in half. Roast this just like this. Just face it down on your sheet tray. You do not have to remove the seeds before you roast it. But to make things a little bit easier, I'm going to go ahead and remove them now so that I don't have to do it once it's roasted. Removed, we are going to place the pumpkin face down in the sheet tray, and we are going to roast this in a 375-degree oven for about 40 minutes. Our pumpkin is perfectly roasted, and now to prepare a pumpkin for our cookie recipe, we're going to puree it in a food processor. The first thing that you're going to want to do is take the peeling off. If you're intimidated by roasting your own pumpkin, don't be. As you see, that was incredibly easy to do. So now we're just going to puree in a food processor. The recipe calls for 1 cup of puree. You're gonna definitely end up with more than 1 cup, so just of course save it for another recipe. And let's work on our cookie dough. The ingredients that you're gonna need for these cookies are flour, pumpkin pie spice, baking powder, baking soda and salt, sugar, your pumpkin puree, and butter. First, you're gonna want to combine all of your dry ingredients. So to my flour, I'm gonna add my pumpkin pie spice, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Now that we have our dry ingredients mixed, we are going to cream together our butter and sugar. By the way, I totally forgot to mention you're going to need an egg and some vanilla. So let's cream together our butter and sugar. Now that we have our sugar and butter creamed, we are going to add our 1 cup of pumpkin, and our egg and vanilla. Now the last thing that we're gonna do is dump all our dry ingredients in and mix it just until it's combined. So give it one last fold just to make sure you didn't miss any dry ingredients, and now we're going to drop them on our cookie sheet. And now we're going to bake this in a 350-degree oven for 12 to 15 minutes. Alright, our first batch is out of the oven. I'm going to move these to a cooling rack and work on 2 more batches. For our icing for these iced pumpkin cookies, we are going to start with 1 cup of sifted powdered sugar, 1 tablespoon of melted butter, and a touch of milk just to bring it together. Alright, you're going to pour in your melted butter, your splash of milk, it's about a tablespoon, you may need more, and then mix it until it comes together. Okay, so to ice your cookies, you can do this a couple different ways. You could ice the entire top, and to do that, all you do is take a cookie, dip it in your glaze, let some of the excess drip off, and then let it cool. You could also leave your cookies on this cooling rack, and then simply take your glaze and drizzle all your cookies like that. I don't like to do it that way because I'm gonna have to really clean this cooling rack after I'm done. So what I like to do is take a sheet of parchment paper, and I'm just gonna place all the cookies on my parchment paper. Doesn't have to be neat, as long as you get them all on there. They can even be touching, that's fine. And once you have all your cookies placed, you can drizzle them all. Now the thing about this glaze is you do not want to let it sit. If you let this glaze sit for 1 minute, it will harden. Dip it in your glaze. Oh no! You have to work fast. You have to work fast. Okay, hold on, let's do that again. So if that happens, just add a touch of milk, stir it again, and you're good to go. Alright, and so once everything looks, once everything looks good, you're gonna let it set for, I don't know, 10 minutes. I don't know how long you let it set. Once you have all of your glaze done, it does not take long at all to harden, so just let it sit until it does, and then you can transfer it back to your cooling rack or onto your serving plate. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed making this video. If you love pumpkin, definitely give this recipe a try. And if you enjoyed watching, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video. I said it was okay. You're gonna have pumpkin pie spice. You sure it's recording us on this bowl?
Yes, it should.
Okay. I can normally cut to the stem, right? Should I cut to the stem first?
Can I do that first?
I mean, do I normally cut the stem? I mean, I'm pretty sure I normally cut to the stem when I cut a pumpkin. Do I not? Okay, I'm just gonna rip it open.